Welcome to Voting Arena. Today I have a special guest on the studio, and his name is General Buhari. Oh, sorry. GCFR. All right, that was just on a lighter note. But today I have a Buhari copyist. His name is Dr. Obinna Simon. Dr. Obinna Simon, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure a lot of people are shocked that your name is Dr. Obinna Simon.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people.
We'll get to that. And I have my, how do you normally say it? Unfriendly friend. His name is Kingsley Okafor. Kingsley, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming around. Now, today we want to talk about so many things. This man is so many things to so many Nigerians, to all Nigerians. So many things, so much. An MC, a comedian, then a politician, a Buhari copyist, and so many more. And also, for you to know, he's also a twin. That's why they call him MC Tagwaye. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, you tried.
Okay, all right. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And now he's vying for the position of the AMAC chairman in the Federal Capital Territory, you know, to be our chairman in this place. And we're going to look at the conduct of the FCT Area Council elections and current state of AMAC. But we're going to touch on so many other things. Now, he was born in Katsina State, funny enough. I don't know if there's a transfer of genes somewhere.
It looks like
it looks like our former president.
He was born in Katsina State, in a local government called Ngawa local government. And from a family of 5, and then I'm a twin, hence the name MC Tagwaye. Tagwaye means twins in Hausa. And my primary school, secondary school education, Fat Cat, as we call it. And my parents, we were all born there. Did you manage to speak and understand Igbo very well? And I will say that I give that to my father, because he guest that does not understand Igbo is around. That's the only way he will speak Hausa to you, or English. Strict, you dare not speak Hausa in front of my father. It must be Igbo, because he cannot speak Igbo to you and you reply him with
Hausa.
With Hausa. So that was why we were able to, all of us can speak Igbo extremely well, even more than those that were born and brought up in Igbo land, yes.
Wow.
So along the line, I joined teaching in 2008, 2009.
You mean you were a teacher?
Yeah, I taught for over 7 years.
Primary, secondary school?
Primary, I taught in primary school, I taught in secondary school in Katsina State. I started in GRBSS in Gawa. Then I proceeded to a private school in Katsina, Salama International School. I taught there for quite, the salary, you know, was good.
Okay.
When I went for interview there, they offered to pay me 17,000. This was 2010. 17,500. So it was good for me. I went to Salama. Salama offered to pay me 8,000 naira. So of course I would choose Saldefi. So when I chose Saldefi, what I came to realize with Saldefi is they are paying you 17,500, yes, but there are dress codes every day that you wear as a teacher. They have dress codes, this color, and all of that. But that wasn't the issue, even though I was not having enough money then. But I could be able to afford those. But my problem is, if you are not careful, at the end of the month, you might be the one that will balance the school. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 after a series of deductions. Late coming, if a child complained that he didn't mark his assignment, or he didn't attend to their homework, or he did not come to class early, every offense has a deduction.
Wow.
So at the end of the month, you might go home empty. When you come to collect your salary, they will tell you are to balance the school 1,500 or 2,000. So I had to leave the school, and I went to Salama, who offered to pay me 8,000, but they don't have those kind of ridiculous.
At least there's a guaranteed 8,000.
Yes. So I went there. I started 8,000. 8,000 cannot sustain me anymore. So what I did was I engaged in extra lessons. I have like every day I come back home around 10 p.m. because we close school around 2 p.m. After 2 p.m., I have to wait in the school. From 3 to 5, I have an extra lesson, a home lesson with children I teach. From there, from 4, I have to wait 6. I have 6 to 8 o'clock. I also have another 8 to 10. So this is how I run my schedule, Monday to Friday, until 2015, 2016, thereabout. So that was when I resigned from teaching. The reason being that even while I was teaching, I was having this MC job, you know, by the side. And I
in Katsina?
In Katsina. Weddings, events, and but I have to resolve that, I have to resign from this teaching. Because at some point from 8,000, they started paying 13 to 18. You know, it was coming up, 18 to 23. But then I realized they will call me for MC job. And when I go, they pay me 15,000.
In
one day. I will just do MC of an event of like 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour. I've gotten 15,000 naira. As against 18,000, I have to work for 25 days.
This is a month.
So I just decided, no, I had to resign from teaching and then join comedy.
So you joined comedy in 2015?
2015, fully. Yes.
But funny enough, you met the president 2016.
Yeah,
for the first time.
Yes, I met him 2016 in Katsina.
Yes.
There was an event called the Economic Summit. Before that event, the governor came to commission a radio station in Katsina, Vision FM. And that radio station happens to be where I used to do my program.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I speak like the president on the program. Okay.
Okay.
So as I speak, I mimic the president. So they now ask me, I've never done it physically.
Okay.
Like a performance, sort of. You know, so the president, the governor came to commission the radio station. So the MD of the radio station asked me to come, Vision FM in Katsina, asked me to come and perform. So we just had to, okay, since this thing is like interview stuff, let's set up stuff and what have you. I wasn't having costume then. I think I had to ask the GM then, Kankia, to borrow me costume, his agbada and what have you. If on my social media you see one blue agbada, so I had, and it was very good, a very clean one. Yeah. He just went to his wardrobe and brought it and gave it to me. So I wore it that day, came for the event, and the governor was wowed. So for a teacher of my caliber and what have you, that I know that anytime we even see a local government chairman, we know how honored we feel. So a governor now came. So I had to, after my performance and everything, you know, sometimes my confidence used to scare me too. I walked straight to the governor, told him that I would want a handshake and a picture with him. He stood up even before I arrived. And then
maybe he thought it was the junior Buhari that was coming.
No, he's aware. That was former governor of Katsina State,
Masari?
Aminu Bello Masari.
Okay.
And then I walked up to him, shake him, they snap picture, and then the picture was everywhere. Now, after that event, the Economic Summit was 2016, I think the same year. So the committee that was organizing the stuff said no, that
it's you the ones.
Let him also come for that event. Yeah. I said, okay, no problem. We got ready. We came. This is 001 Nigeria, not Katsina again. So we came for the event, sat down, you know, everything was going until when they now called me. I came, and then the person asking me questions and what have you started, and I started. Everybody was laughing. The president was looking at me. President Buhari.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. He was just looking at me. And then everybody on the table, the governors that came, about all the all the Northwest governors were there, 7 of them. Everybody was looking at his face to know if, how does he take this?
Whether he be angry or be.
So everybody was, it was funny, but they were controlling it.
Until he shows his own.
So the president didn't really, I didn't get the president until when they asked me a question about corruption. So he now sat. So my response to that question, he didn't know when he just
busted out
laughing. That moment, the entire seat,
when
all of them started laughing. So we finished. Again, I stood up, walked straight to the president. DSS came. He told them no. Do you understand? DSS came, like, he told them no, that I should just
let you come.
I should approach. I came, gave him hand. We shook hands. They snapped pictures. After snapping, he said the governor told him that he's a twin. He now said, where is the twin brother? He said he should come too. And that was how I had a handshake with the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which I doubt my village in Anambra State, if there's anybody who have had a handshake with the president of the Federal. That was very historic. And that established my relationship with the president. Now, in mimicking the president, one thing I made very clear was, I'm not going to do anything that will be detrimental to his person and his government. If you check very well, I was consistent in promoting his administration. And also, there are trending issues that will come up that the president doesn't even talk about. On my own, I pick it and give a response. So sometimes people feel if there's an issue that the president will respond, they will just go to my page to see how far. Because this guy is like, is the mind of the president that he always speaks about. You understand? And most times, a lot of people who are very, very close to him, his friends, old people, whenever I meet them, they will tell me, that is it that the president is one that used to tell me what to say? I said no. He said why they are surprised is because what I respond is exactly what the president will respond if he is to be asked the same question.
You know, the president is a man of few words.
Yes.
You know, and I've always told them, some of his people that I've met, I said, look, policies must be explained. The people want the policies to be explained, you know, and all that. And you took up that role. And I also thought about the fact that when you become the AMAC chairman, teachers are going to enjoy.
Yes, because one of them is becoming is the AMAC chairman by the grace of God. One is that there is no pain they are going through that I don't know about. I'm not sure if any one of them is paid 8,000 now.
Yes. And there was a time you were paid 8,000.
And there was a time I was paid 8,000. I'm not sure if any one of them is doing 3 extra lessons after school hours. I did that.
As a very young lad?
Yes, I did that. So I feel their pain. I will explain their pain to them. More than they will explain to me.
Trusting.
Okay.
If I'm to be the AMAC chairman, there is no way I will allow.
Did you hear what I said the last time? I said when you become AMAC chairman.
No, I'm talking about now.
Yes. Okay.
If I am the AMAC chairman, there is no way I will allow what is happening now to happen. I can't allow children to be at home for over 3-4 months.
No.
Why? They don't go to school. Children's Day was yesterday. Right? All of them are at home. All the activities that children used to do on Children's Day, nothing happened.
That's atrocious.
And then you have an administration, you have a government in place that is doing nothing about it.
They are playing politics with it.
Yeah, because the schools are public schools.
Yes.
Why? Even health workers are on strike for about the same time too.
This is a great concern.
You know,
and nobody's talking about it. And we are talking about
nobody will talk about it. Nobody will talk about it because it's a tradition that the area council chairman will go and hide under the minister.
Yes.
That the minister should do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. So many things happening here. You know, look, the area council administration, I'm sorry to say, but it appears as if they are not visible.
No,
Visible in the sense that nobody talks about them.
Yeah. Now, I will come to that. If nobody talks about them, because nobody needs to talk about them. They need to bring out themselves and administer an area that is brought under their control. We know that there is an FCT ministry supervised by a minister, right? But we also have a senator in the whole of Abuja, Ireti Kingibe.
Yes.
Now, we also have a House of Rep member, 2 of them, administering 3 local government or area council each.
Yes.
Nobody knows anything about them. Then we have the AMAC chairman. Now, there is no one that I've known that have been an AMAC chairman that is not very rich.
Now, why I'm saying this is because until when I started vying for the office,
yes,
I don't know the current AMAC chairman. Before then, if he passed here, I don't know who he is because he has no media presence. The local government itself does not have media presence. The only time people get to know about AMAC is about when it's about collection of revenue,
markets, yes,
or this, or that, or tax force, or this. That's when you get to know about AMAC. That's a very bad publicity.
So don't they give them their allocation to spend?
Area councils in Abuja functions as a local government councils, right?
Yes.
They have their FAC, federal allocation, monthly.
Yes.
Because this is an elective office.
Yes.
A minister is appointed.
Certainly.
He will come and go.
The president can just stand up today and say, I want to change the minister of FCT, and then he's gone. But he can't change the AMAC chairman because he's an elected official of government.
So what do you see as the problem?
No, the problem is, like I told you, they are getting away with it because there is a cover and presence of federal government. Because, like I said, you see all the road construction happening around Abuja, which the minister is doing. Okay? So many people will not, if this is happening, who cares about the chairman? But you have to make yourself known.
But we also have AMAC jurisdiction within their area council.
No, when you talk about everything in AMAC,
yes,
AMAC has 12 wards. You have Nyanya, you have Karu, you have Orozo, you have Karshi, okay?
Yes.
You have Kabusa,
okay,
you have Gwarimpa, you have City Center, you have Wuse, okay?
Yeah.
Then you have
Maitama?
you have Gui. No,
Okay.
Maitama is under Wuse. You have Gui,
Okay,
you have Gwagwa,
okay,
and you have Jiwa.
okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You have all these words
Area council.
which are under AMAC.
Yes.
And when you take these words I'm talking about, you find out that all these Asokoro, Maitama, Wuse 2, all the zones in Wuse 2, Garki, and all of them are under AMAC. AMAC is from here getting to airport. You understand?
Yes.
So when you talk, the government infrastructure, mainly all the ministries are hosted by AMAC. All the ministries.
Both diplomats and...
Whatever you can think of in Abuja that makes federal capital territory are under AMAC.
Okay, I have my
The
colleague.
villa
Yes,
is
it's under AMAC.
You were kind of really emotional when you were talking about Children's Day. You know, that was yesterday.
Yes.
And the children being at home.
Yes.
And you were right. I was coming into the office the other day. I saw a young boy who was trying to sell something to people. I said, come, why are you not in school? You should be in school by now. He said, no, we are home. I said, you shouldn't be at home. What's happening? They say the school is on strike, that they're on strike. That was just few
Yes.
the other day. You know?
Yes.
So I was held back, and I was to pick that up. You know, I didn't even know that strike is still on to be
Yeah, it's still on.
Now, you know, no matter how lofty your plans are, your manifesto, all you know, and your passion, even having the experiences of teachers and all that, what stands between you and being an INEC chairman is the election. Let's talk about the election a little bit. How do you see this election? Following the histories of the AMAC elections so far in Abuja, and the kind of government we have now, no matter how you look at it, the minister is going to be interested. So how do you see this election? How do you see yourself being able to galvanize people to pull through the election where you might not be on the side of the minister?
Okay. One is that I'm not running for the office of the minister. I'm not contesting with the minister. I'm running for AMAC chairmanship office, not the minister. If by any way the minister, by the virtue of his appointment with the government, wants to interfere in the election, is understandable. All right? But then as a politician, if I tell you I do not take that into consideration, then I'm not even ready to even contest for the election. I'm aware he will come for that, okay? I am also aware that every support needed will be provided. But I want you to understand this. Like I said before, AMAC is not like any other election. Mind you, this election is not conducted, it's not going to be, the INEC body that is conducting it is the federal, the INEC itself, not state.
The real INEC.
Not state electoral body, no.
Yes.
It's the real INEC that is conducting it, okay? But if by any means the minister or any other official of government wants to soil their name, okay, or put their name out there in playing one role or the other by not playing by the rules of the game, well, the international community are there watching. They are watching. And we also, we will make it very, very clear if there is any interference that goes against the rules of the game. We'll make it very clear. Okay? Thank God for all the media outlets that are provided, especially the social media and what have you. I have a very big followership.
Yeah.
So if anything of such will happen, before you say Jack Robinson, I have let my mouth open, shouting. You cannot oppress me and I will not talk.
Right, yeah.
First, I'm a Nigerian. I do not deserve to be oppressed. Secondly, I'm a citizen of this country. If I should run for office, I expect free and fair exercise. Okay? Free and fair exercise. Because the thing is, I have made all my permutations. All. And I can tell you categorically that SDP is winning this election.
Yeah, I was to come to that almost.
If I am to say this, even when we are not the ones in power, then you should understand what it means.
Okay, coming to talk of that SDP, that was almost my next question. You took it out of my mouth. The last election, general election, not the AMAC election,
yes.
Labour from nowhere held sway in Abuja, you know, and that momentum of Labour is still there, even though there are disagreements in the Labour Party itself. Anywhere you find people, you can find disagreements. Same is happening in PDP, you know. So, but SDP, yes, SDP is one of the oldest parties in Nigeria, no doubt about that. It has legacy behind him. When you talk of Abiola, you know,
yes.
talk about them even taking over from military, you know, it has that remarkable presence, no doubt. People are seeing SDP as a new launching pad. SDP has not really been strong in AMAC election, you know, in the recent times.
Yeah.
How are you going to activate your base? You have not worked with maybe polling unit agents, you know, of SDP, maybe your friends or network before. How are you going to galvanize that? Are you doing anything like mock election before the election? So you can be sure of what you're going in with, or you just want to go in just like that with the hope that you'll be able to match APC, match Labour that is also popular. You know, their temperature is still there. How are you going to break through?
Like I said, you can't just go into election without having proper calculations. PDP is in serious crisis.
Yeah.
Okay? Labour is also in serious crisis. Now, the point is, the hurricane that happened in 2023 election brought a lot of people that people don't even know. There are people under Labour that contested under Labour that did not even go out for any campaign.
Yes.
Yes.
And they won the election.
Yes.
Why? Because of the
Influence of Peter Obi.
tsunami. Yeah. They were voted in. Okay? They didn't campaign. I know of a story of somebody who was doing his keke business. They called him on phone. You have won the election. He now came. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and these people feels entitled. Okay?
Yeah.
They don't even know people who are behind the force that
Brought
voted
them to
them in.
power.
They don't know them. So they are just doing whatever they like. And that's why you see some of them are even decamping to APC,
APC,
now.
yes.
Because they feel, okay, if I stay here again, I know I didn't do anything, blah, 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 and the rest of them.
Yes.
Okay? People are angry with so many of them. Okay? Now, 2023 also taught Nigerians that people are now after personality,
Yes.
not party. If it's about party, Labour has no ground to get 6 million votes. It's about the person that is contesting under the party. Okay? I am from Igbo extraction. Okay?
Yes.
And in AMAC, I'm not trying to play tribal
That
politics
yes.
or religious politics.
Politics, yeah.
But I can tell you categorically that 65%
Yeah.
of AMAC
AMAC
residents
yes.
are Igbos. Okay? You have 35%. 20% of that 35% are northerners. You have 15 or thereabout cut across other indigens, Gwandara, Bagi, and other tribes. They are the ones that share the 15%. Okay? I cannot tell you that I'm going to get the entire Igbo votes. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to get the entire northern votes. All right? But I can categorically tell you that there is no Igbo man you will talk to today that will not be pleased that an Igbo man should be the AMAC chairman. Because the economy of this AMAC is generated by them. Even the revenue collection you can think of, the Igbos are the ones giving these revenues.
Yeah.
All right? So why can't they be stakeholders in the affairs of governance?
Okay, so let me also punch you on this. The demography says it as it is now, but in the other part of it, the majority of the vote don't come from the 65%. The majority of the from the indigents. So that's why you see places like Kabusa, Karo, Nyanya, bring in a lot of votes. And within the small fraction of votes that come is very inconsistent with what you get from these other places. So how are you going to deal with that?
Again, let me repeat myself again. There is a voting pattern in Abuja.
Yes.
FCT.
Yes.
People hardly come out for area council elections.
Yes.
There is a turnout of voters like 2023.
No,
Yeah.
never.
True.
So what happened? Because people
Personality.
decided
Yes.
that, look, I want to be part of this. And we are going corner by corner, informing everybody that if you don't come out, what is happening will continue to happen. You need to make a move. You need to be involved. You must be involved. We are talking to people. Okay? I don't want to come here and start exposing my strategies or start exposing who
Definitely.
and who I
We are
have
talking
met
to.
and all these things. But I'm just telling you what is involved. Anybody that knows my political history since when I was in comedy, because even the comedy I was in is politically inclined.
Yeah.
Everything I do around it is about politics, is about governance. So I've been around. I've campaigned for a lot of people to become. So now that I want to become, you think I've not learned how they won their own elections? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, but I will be happy other parties also come to contest.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to throw in
Yes, go
something
ahead.
from why nothing is tribal and you can't remove it. Nigeria were also made up of tribes.
Yes.
The first time I met you in person, you were the MC of the occasion, and until recently, when you are probably going to come to this studio, when I saw the name Obin, I said, I didn't know you were. I could almost swear you are not an Igbo. I said, I know this man. We met in an occasion, and he was the MC. I could almost swear you were from the north. Do you think Igbo people see you as an Igbo man? Or they are going to see you as a northern person?
Well, some people take it that I see a lot of comments sometimes that all this while you do not identify with the Igbos. It's not that you are running for election, that you are not an Igbo man, and blah, blah, blah. And then I asked them, I said, is there any interview? I was asked if I'm Igbo, and I said I'm not Igbo.
Or that your name is different.
Is there any interview? I was asked of my name, and I said my name is not Obinna. There is none. MC Tagwaye is my brand name.
Yes.
And that brand name is because of where I was raised. My
Exactly.
comedy even started from the north.
Exactly.
So if you are
Good follower.
smart
Yeah.
business-wise,
Certainly.
right? How do you name your brand that will be acceptable in the area you are doing
Operate,
business?
yeah.
Do you get my
Yeah.
point? So, people saying whether Igbos will identify I'm Igbo or I'm not Igbo is left for those who want to argue it. But if I'm to sit on a debate with anybody, I speak Igbo, I write Igbo. If I'm to sit and debate with anybody on the basis of how you even become an Igbo, and I'm from Anambra State, a state that happens to be like the first-class citizens of Igbo land, right? And when you come to the Anambra, the part where I came from has a lot of history that made the Igbo. I'm from Nando, and Nando is Omambala. Anambra is the riverine area of Anambra. Okay? I visit home. I travel a lot in the east. Okay? So if I don't want to identify or show that I'm Igbo or what have you, why will I be traveling home? Why will I think of doing so many? Even my foundation did some things for my people in the village. Okay? Identify with people. My community here in Abuja, I'm attending their meeting.
Okay.
My village meeting, I attend their meetings here. So if you want to bring in whether he's not Igbo, they don't know him as Igbo or what have you, well, when I come to address you people, you know if I'm Igbo or not.
Okay, all right, let me touch base with you leaving APC.
Right, that. I vowed not to talk about it.
Okay.
I was in APC and I've left APC. I've given my reasons why I left APC, so I don't want to be overflogging the matter.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's talk about SDP.
Yes.
So what SDP?
So, SDP, you cannot just join a political party without doing your due diligence on the party, which I did. As at the time I decided I'm leaving APC, I realized SDP is one of the political parties that is crisis-free. Court cases, INEC misconceptions, okay, the history of the party and the rest. SDP does not have it.
Yeah.
Also, when I approached SDP from the beginning, I came to realize that the reception was something else. Okay? I understand that I'm a popular person, people know me and what have you, but they can also decide as well, so why are you coming? You are coming because you are not okay in APC. We'll decide what happens, but no. The reception, the treatment I got from SDP is more or less as if I've been with them for many years. Okay? And who will come to a place that feels like home?
I wouldn't want to stay.
I don't want to stay. I did not declare I'm leaving APC. I just came to, know what's happening and all of, because I have a lot of people who are also in SDP, who are friends. Okay? So and then I look at it and say, man, no, this is where to be.
Okay, now there are a lot of influx into SDP.
Yeah.
One of the most recent one is Senator Dino Melai. In fact, he flaunted his
I'm not sure if that is official.
Yeah, well, he just wore the clothes.
Everybody can wear a clothes with us. Until it is officially declared that I am with SDP.
Exactly.
But anybody can wear a clothes.
You are free to also translate what you like.
Exactly.
But okay, well, I will leave it at that. But there's a lot of influx. And not just only there's an influx, there's also some, will I say dissident? I don't know what to call them really. Some people mentioning that they are SDP and they are that same stock in trade of APC trying to affect other political party. It's also coming to SDP. Do you think there will be a way they are going to have a penetration?
So we are in a political dispensation whereby you have people who can do almost anything and everything to get what they want. Sadly. Okay? So if I will tell you that SDP is ruling out that people will not come in to cause chaos and what have you, then it means they are not ready for power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are well aware.
Okay.
The time Malam Nasru El-Rufai came to the party, he warned. He told the national chairman that beware of viruses because they will come.
They will come.
Beware of viruses. Now, these viruses sometimes don't even have to come. They might have to use one of them and then inject the virus into the person. Who happens
from
to
within.
be,
from inside.
an organ of the party. Who happens to be a stakeholder of the party. Anybody can be used.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's politics. If I have that advantage that I want to use somebody in a political party to disrupt whatever that will happen there to my advantage, I will do it. That's the game. There is left for you. How ready are you?
Within...
Yes. How ready are you to even know that this is going to happen and let me prepare for it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you are building a very tall wall with security fence, why are you building it? Because you are anticipating somebody might come into your house or whatever. That's why you are doing it.
With cameras.
Exactly. And so SDP is well aware of that. But I would say, woe unto whoever that will allow himself in the SDP to be used to disrupt the party. Because, let me tell you this, currently, the ruling party understand clearly that SDP is a very big threat.
They know.
You don't need to go and tell anybody. They know. Because they've succeeded in bringing PDP down, Labour Party down, NNPP, is only SDP that is standing. And we kept shouting that they will come for us, so let us be ready. And those individuals who will just come up and do one or two, the kind of resistance they see, they know that this is suicide.
All right. I know, just like I said before, I try to look at something that looks like barrier, but might not be barrier at the end of the day. INEC is the one that will conduct your election. Let's assume there is no reform between now and your election, as it affects local government elections. Do you think this INEC is capable of delivering free and fair elections, devoid of presidential or ministerial interference? Should they decide to, can they resist interference? Just in case, these people are still party people, they would want their party to win, and it's politics.
Okay. So this is what I would say. Any INEC official, starting from the INEC chairman down to the lowest of the lowest in INEC, understand that people are blaming them for whatever that happens. Okay? Yeah. They are aware. Now, what they should understand is that history cannot and will not forget any role anybody plays in
election conduct,
in the election exercise. They know. All right? So if you choose, maybe because of money, they will induce you with money, and then you go and do whatever it is, and blah, blah, blah. Look, it will catch up with you.
Okay. What about their process? Like, as INEC is now, they have opportunity to transmit results. Almost, if I want to send money to you, immediately I say debit, you get it immediately. They could also adopt something you just do, it's updated, everybody sees it. But INEC felt they have the prerogative to choose to go this way or this way. Do you think their processes, apart from themselves, is sufficient to prevent them, since they have opportunity to either use electronic transmission or manual transmission, whichever one they choose?
Now, one thing I want to tell you is this. It is called Independent National Electoral Commission.
Yes.
Independent, unquote. Independent. It means they are supposed to operate without any interference. How? They shouldn't be called independent. Why will they not be? Why did I say so? The reason is because who appoints INEC chairman?
Exactly.
The president appoints the INEC chairman. If today President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decides that Mahmoud is leaving, he's the one that will decide who comes next.
Yes.
It's not by electing who comes in or whatever. He decides who he brings. How is that independent?
It's not.
So many appointments that happen around INEC are done by the executive arm of government. So how is that independent? Now, look, I was suggesting to somebody, I said, look, until elections are done in a way that if, for instance, this AMAC election is happening 2026, February, right? And then there should be a time frame where the sitting chairman will have to step aside as the chairman of the not commission, as the chairman of the local government. Okay. Yeah. A time frame should be given where the governor should step aside when it's almost election, and somebody should be in the acting capacity.
Yeah. That will not make it democratic anymore.
No, why will it not be democratic?
Because the person that is stepping in,
might not be elected.
Might not be elected.
The person
that will step in as the acting governor is not elected by the people.
No,
it's no longer democratic.
It's not elected by the people.
Yes.
Whatever, it cannot be democratic, okay? Whether it is democratic or is not democratic, you can understand that. How will you be in power?
At the same time.
You are a sitting governor, sitting president, sitting chairman. You are in power, and then you are running an election. Who funds your campaign?
So I can see your fears. Let me tell you your fears.
Who funds your campaign?
Okay, so
now after the election, whatever that happens, you are declared
as the winner.
Yes. And then your opponent goes to court. Who funds the court case?
You know, where I stand with you is for fresh, I think it's in consideration now.
Yes.
You know, the electoral reform coming now, that all court cases, that's for fresh election. Where maybe the 2 people or 3 people vying for the same position, none of them is in the office. You know, the electoral, all the cases must have been decided before anybody is
steps in as
only one person in and using government money to fight the other man.
Whether you swear the person in or you don't swear him in, he's still going to use the state resources.
Yes.
Okay, so
they might tell you that, do you have evidence? But
we know what happened.
We know what is
so
going on.
What we need is a refined system.
Exactly.
Now, the refined system, we all know, you know, I've said it on this table, that most elections are funded. We're talking about federal government now. The presidency is going to fund the election of the party that is coming up. Now, the funding of this election, funds should be declared of where they are. Because if we are copying democracy from the West, we should look at the criteria of how they fund their election and how these funds come in and how everybody sees it. Now, because if you now bring in someone, the president steps aside for someone else to do, it becomes undemocratic in a democratic structure. But it's the funding of the electoral process or the campaigns or candidates that we are talking about. That's what we need a solution for.
Let me give you an example, right? If election takes place, presidential election takes place, and then after the election, I think after the election, yes, all the ministers will have to step aside.
Yes.
For a fresh appointment.
Yes.
Who takes over?
The senior pamsets.
The parliamentary secretaries.
And they run.
And then, are they appointed?
No.
It's not an appointment.
Yes.
They run the ministry.
It's a bureaucratic structure.
Yes.
They run the ministry.
And they exist everywhere.
Until when another minister is appointed.
Yes. And we didn't say it's undemocratic or democratic.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You think if they leave that minister there, he won't lobby to still return? He will still use the resources in that ministry to do his lobbying so that he can come back. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you want to test your popularity, you want to test your acceptability,
You have to stand on the same platform like the person you are competing.
Be there, and then all of you should, you know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Very well.
So now let me ask you, in 99, when the election of Obasanjo and other contestants that he contested with and all of that, who was the president?
Abdul Salam Abubakar.
Who won the election?
Obasanjo.
Was he not sworn in?
Well, I think that's why we're calling for a lot of electoral reforms. Do you understand? I understand what you're saying very well.
I'm going to campaign. Who fuels the car he's using? Is the government money?
Now, let me tell you this. He left PDP.
Yes.
He was in PDP. APC, Buhari was in power then.
Yes.
The minister was there. State and senior minister were all there. With all the heavyweights in APC.
Yes.
Hope Uzodimma was one that was in charge of the election then for the area council.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? There is nothing that was not done. Do you understand? There was nothing that was not done. But he emerged under PDP. Even when APC
had all the apparatus.
Yes.
He won.
And it was a lot.
And
it was a lot of fun.
And then I now ask, if you are in PDP and you won your election there,
why are you going?
Why leave PDP and go back to APC?
The people you won.
Now, the issue is there are a lot of people who are aspiring to run for that office in APC since 2022.
They've been on the line.
Now, there is no way you tell me that he didn't have his consultation, discussions, and what have you, that once he go to APC, they are going to give him the ticket. If not, he won't do that. So how is that justified? Those people that are there, what happens to them?
Yes.
Okay, so there's this rumor that's going around that the effect of the former senator in
Philip Aduda?
Philip Aduda is the one that is making this negotiation. Is a rumor that is the one that is rounding them up and wanting them to go to APC, because definitely there are rumors, because he was the one that they rode on his back kind of during that last time, because he
was in PDP
he
then.
was in PDP and he has this apparatus of elections and all that. You know, so there is this rumor that he's the one that is helping them to move to APC, because of course anywhere you see Wike go to, you will see Philip Aduda behind him. So he was the one that was used as a tool, or is being used as a tool to bring them to APC, so that they can have an overwhelming victory in APC. It can have an overwhelming support from these indigents, so that he too, as a result, can gain acceptance as the next senator coming back as a senator for the FCT.
Under which party?
Under APC.
Okay. Is APC now?
Well, they are PDP APC.
But record has it that even
Yes.
did not support him while he was in
really?
in PDP.
Wow.
Then he wasn't. I'm not sure. Understand?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but like you said, it's rumors. So
It's
let's
rumor.
not talk
Yeah,
about
exactly.
it.
So, okay, you have a question. After a question, I'm going to give 5 minutes to talk about your electionary campaign.
Okay, yes, I want to talk about people are moving into APC. You know, are you seeing, like you said, that some people who were in APC who had intention or maybe in the plans of contesting before, for the fact that this chairman is moving there now, he's going to want to displace some of them. Are you hoping to form a base for disgruntled people of SDP and the philosophy of MC Tagwaye?
Okay, I will tell you this. Very, very well. We've been together for years. They will trust me more than they will trust him. If they are aggrieved, there's only one option. Me. Do you understand? So many of them are my friends. So many of them are people I know. I become AMAC chairman today. There's no way I will see them through the camera. They are in the waiting room, and because they are family. Politics is not about, it's not war. Okay? Nobody among them offended me. And I'm sure I did not offend anybody among them. It's just about ideology and decision. Okay? They don't know him. You can't compare a friendship of over 10 years with a friendship of just few months. He has his own people that he has also been together with, who are the ones he's going to work with. Whatever he would tell them, this, that, they are political statements. And if I am to, if I had contested under APC, I understand how the system runs. They will not give me the ticket because I know the system. I know how it runs. Okay? If you don't have one godfather in the party who is standing behind you and blah, blah, blah.
Now you have a godfather.
Who is my godfather?
Buhari is your godfather.
Buhari is my godfather, but he is not that kind of godfather. All right? He's not that kind of godfather. So many things happening under this administration. During Buhari, it will never happen. There is no pressure that Amechi's camp did not give to Buhari to give them the approval to take over Rivers. He refused. He refused. The kind of thing happening in Rivers today, if it was during Buhari, he can never allow it happen. A governor, my minister, trying to create something in a particular state, no, Buhari will not support that. He will never approve it. Buhari went to Anambra for campaign flag off of a gubernatorial candidate in Anambra during Willie Obiano. Okay? Willie Obiano came to the ground to tell Buhari that all his security has been withdrawn. He called the IG right there at the venue. He called the IG and told him, restore the man's security. What is happening? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it were to be now, they will seize every opportunity to make sure that that state is taken. No, Buhari will rather allow free and fair election to take place. Even when you do it, you take advantage of his, quietness and also integrity.
Yeah.
He won't interfere. I am a living witness. His nephew was running for reps. He came to him and told him that the nephew just felt it's going to be a walkover since I am Buhari's son, like I'm his son.
Yes.
So if I go out there, it's Buhari's son, they'll vote. Do you know what he told him? Go and look for people. Go and look for people. Go and campaign and look for people. That is Buhari for you. During 2023 election, during the primaries and what have you, Malam Nasir El-Rufai and other governors went to him. Please, give us direction. He said, no, allow the people to elect what they want, the delegates. He didn't give anybody. Even while we are in Eagle Square, they still went and met him. Any direction, he said, no, allow the people. Allow the delegates to pick what they want. That is why a lot of people are blaming him today. That why did you just sit like that? How can you not choose who will succeed you? How will you not?
Wow, our time has. It's look as if we are just starting, really. But I'm going to give you 1 minute. I wanted to give you 5 minutes. But you are a talker as well.
I'm a teacher.
I have to talk to teach.
Yes.
I'm going to give you 1 minute. Tell the people of AMAC what you have for them.
What I have for the people of AMAC is absolutely different from what they've been given before. I'm coming with nuance. I'm coming with creativity. Okay? I'm coming with a different style of leadership. I'm a young man. If you call me around 2 a.m., that there's something happening somewhere, whatever,
You'll be there.
I will be there. I can trek to the place if I want. All right? One of the major challenges in AMAC, 1 is education, 2, health sector.
Yeah.
Okay? Then, accommodation and transport.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, why do I mention accommodation? People give rent fees at will. We will address it. I was telling my team the other day, by the grace of God, we come in power. I know those people who have houses will not be happy with whatever that happened, but we are going to meet with the association of landlords in AMAC. We will sit down. Okay? There should be a reduction. Somehow.
Some rules.
Yes. There must be a criteria for giving the fee of rent. If you want to rent your house, there should be some criteria why this house should be given out at this rate. Right. Why this house should be given out at this rate. You cannot have an old structure just because in this area that one is given 2 million or 5 million, and you that have old structure, since it's the same area, they should also pay 5 million.
When you have been collecting rent for more than 15 years.
No, it will not happen. If you come to me with the point of because of building materials are expensive, did you buy your building materials yesterday?
But Gary has also increased in the market.
What?
Commodities, essential commodities have increased. So as a result, they because most of them, that's their stock in trade. The properties they're stock in trade. So they built hoping that they are going to be collecting and eating from it. And now commodities have increased in the market. So they don't go to near the market, they go to the same market we all go to.
These are, valid points. What you just raised are valid points. How do you justify somebody giving you house rent for 2 million? From nowhere, he comes and tell you it's 3.5.
Just drastic.
Or 4 million. How do you justify it?
MC Tagwaye, I have to stop you right now.
How do you justify it?
We will bring you back again. I can assure you that.
No
I mean, I'm so excited by your fluency, and I think this fluency will also follow. Action will follow this fluency.
Yes.
And maybe when your manifesto is fully out, we'll bring you back again.
My manifesto is out.
Okay. I'll schedule a time and we'll bring you back again, because a lot of people need to hear and know, like you said, even the AMAC chairman right now, we don't even know who he is.
You don't know who he is.
I don't know.
And I must appreciate you that what you have said here.
He might be at your gate and you don't
Yeah. What you have said, that it appears his programs are people driven.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we've been speaking to a Buhari copyist, a Buhari mimicist. There's an English
Buhari
saying.
godson again.
And it's been beautiful. He's been a comedian on this platform. He's been an MC here as well. But he's also been a politician, telling us what he's going to do in AMAC. He's vying for the chairman of AMAC, that's Abuja Municipal Area Council. And he said, give us your vote, and you will see the difference within AMAC. We'll bring you back some other time, but we have to let him go now. Thank you for watching this Still Voting Arena.